And I think we are live. Welcome back, guys. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Fanatic Rundown. Feels like forever since I've done one of these now. Going back to the 7-3 win over the Chicago Blackhawks, Matt Berlin's NHL debut. The Oilers finally back from a way too long All-Star break. The All-Star game, I think, did nothing for most of us, I should say. So it was really nice to get some real hockey back tonight. The Oilers got off to a fairly strong start, and I think they controlled probably the first 5, 6, 7 minutes of the game. Had some solid chances. Ville Husso made some big saves early, and then the Red Wings really took over like the second half of the first period, and the Oilers did not look very good for a while there. They leave the first period down 1-0, and you start to worry if this is going to be one of those games where the Oilers are playing a team they should beat and they struggle to get it done. But the second period did see the Oilers emerge. Warren Foegele with a pair of goals. Ryan McLeod got the Oilers started. A beautiful cross-ice feed from Philip Broberg. McLeod buries it, ties the game 1-1, and then Foegele with a pair of goals gives the Oilers a 3-1 lead. The Oilers have a power play towards the end of the second period, have a chance to go up 4-1. The Oilers' power play did eventually net them a goal, but the first three power plays overall, a complete disaster, did not look good, struggled to get shots on goal, create any kind of chances at all. And as a result, the Red Wings early on to close out the second period there made it 3-2, and we had a game going into the third. The Red Wings, I'd say, controlled the first part of the third period there, had a couple great chances. Actually, going back to the first period, I should mention the Red Wings had at least 3 or 4 posts they hit in the first period, so this game could have been very different very early on, so the Oilers were very fortunate for that. Jack Campbell also outstanding tonight. He got the starting goal, obviously. He made some huge game-breaking saves. Game-breaking, I should say, game-saving saves, especially in the third period. He was stellar tonight. Overall, he makes 30 saves tonight for Jack Campbell. Can't say enough about him. He kept the Oilers in this one when they were struggling. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins' power play goal put the Oilers up 4-2. And then Evander Kane with I believe it was a shorthanded goal. Yeah, because the Red Wings were on the power play there. So a shorthanded empty net goal to close it out for the Oilers. Overall, I haven't even mentioned the score yet, a 5-2 victory for the Edmonton Oilers tonight. So it didn't look like, as I said, a game that was going to be too memorable to start out, but the Oilers in the second period find their way, manage to close it out, get 2 crucial points and a win in their first game back from the All-Star game. There was a lot of fighting and altercations pretty much every time the whistle blew. There was a fight or a scrum somewhere. Not any real full-blown fights, but always a lot of scrums. Brett Kulak, a real classy move at the end of the game there. He could have gone into a full-blown fight there with a Red Wing player. I can't remember who it was there at the end, but held off. The game was over at that point. There's no point anyone getting injured at the 60-minute mark. The Red Wings, of course, trying to set a tone for when the Oilers play them again. I believe they said it was another 8 days and the Oilers and Red Wings will play once again. So if it's based on the fights and the scraps from tonight, it should be another big event at Rogers Place when the Oilers and Red Wings take on each other again. I mentioned Foegele, the 2 goals, Ryan McLeod, a goal, Nuge, the huge power play goal. Wanted to mention Evander Kane, Vincent Desharnais, Klim Kostin, with the rough nature of tonight's game. Huge players for the Oilers to have in the lineup. We were mentioning earlier in the year the Oilers just didn't have that toughness in that lineup to match up against the stronger teams. The Red Wings really scrappy tonight, but the Oilers have those guys there to stand up, and it was just a huge difference having those guys in the lineup for sure tonight. Philip Broberg, I wanted to mention, 2 assists. Obviously, the really nice one to get the Oilers going, that feed to Ryan McLeod. So a really strong game from Philip Broberg. He really stood out. Desharnais picks up an assist tonight on the 3-1 goal, his 4th point in the NHL. Vincent Desharnais has just been outstanding for the Oilers since being called up, and another strong game for him tonight. As I mentioned, with all the physical elements to tonight's game, Desharnais, an absolutely key player for the Oilers tonight. McDavid and Draisaitl, I wanted to note, struggled defensively tonight. McDavid did get a point on Nuge's power play goal there that put the Oilers up 4-2. So Connor McDavid currently on a 13-game point streak. So good in that sense. But I felt McDavid and Draisaitl really weren't on or at their best tonight. But it was a strong closeout for them anyway. And yeah, just one other note there I wanted to mention: the power play struggling overall, but the Oilers do end up 1 for 4 on the night. So it got them a goal when they really needed it. So at the end of the night, the Oilers got what they needed. Pick up the 5-2 victory. Jesse Puljujarvi, as this kind of segues here into our next topic to cover here. I wanted to go over the latest rumors here. It was a big eventful day. Jesse Puljujarvi was a healthy scratch once again. Looks like we're getting a Jesse Puljujarvi trade here before the end of the week. I just can't see him being an Edmonton Oiler past Saturday. Obviously, we've been saying that for a really long time now, so it's entirely possible that he remains an Oiler, but the Oilers do have to activate Kailer Yamamoto on Saturday for Sunday's game against the Montreal Canadiens. Yamamoto's been skating. He looks like he's ready to go. He's come with the Oilers on the trip. I don't think, barring another injury or something unforeseen, Yamamoto should be back this weekend, so the Oilers do have to make some kind of move to clear the cap space to activate him, whether that's putting somebody on waivers or just finally trading Jesse Puljujarvi. But I think that Jesse Puljujarvi trade is what we're finally going to see here before the end of this week. So let me just bring up my Twitter account here, go over the latest, because, yeah, it was another eventful day. Bob Stauffer on Oilers Now, he stated, so my quote here that I put on Twitter: "The emergence of Vincent Desharnais has changed the complexion of the D. The need for a shutdown D-man isn't as strong. Does Jacob Chychrun make more sense for the Oilers now? I think there's a chance." And Bob Stauffer isn't the only one saying that. Ryan Rishaug, Pierre LeBrun mentioned it on Insider Trading tonight and in his article on The Athletic. The Oilers' interest in Jacob Chychrun is picking up. They are, of course, not alone in that interest. We believe the Toronto Maple Leafs are in on him, the Boston Bruins, and Pacific Division rival, the Los Angeles Kings, which almost makes it an even stronger point that I think the Oilers should go for Chychrun. If he ends up with the LA Kings, is that something you really want to see there? I mean, I know no one really wants to pay the high price for Chychrun, and believe me, 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, a prospect, however you want to throw that deal together, it's going to be expensive. But Chychrun has those 2 years, $4.6 million, can come in as the Oilers' new second-pairing left-hand D. If the Oilers have a key injury in the playoffs, if Nurse goes down again, you've got Chychrun there. So I think he would just be an absolutely key acquisition for the Oilers to make. And as I said, you acquire him, he doesn't end up on the Kings or on another rival that you end up playing him in the playoffs, and then you really wish that you had him. So I know there's plenty of arguments to go against getting Jacob Chychrun, but I think the positive outweighs the negative there, and I think the Oilers should definitely go for him here before the trade deadline. And yeah, I think that's basically all I wanted to cover tonight, guys. But yeah, it's heating up on Jacob Chychrun. I think we're going to see Jesse Puljujarvi trade here before the end of the week, and basically the clock is ticking here. So yeah, I think that's all for me for tonight, guys, though. Let me know your thoughts on the game. Do you think we see a Jesse Puljujarvi trade before the end of the week? Do you want the Oilers to acquire Jacob Chychrun? Let me know in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon.